Max and Emily had been married for 10 happy years, with 2 beautiful children, Joshua and Lily. On the surface, their lives seemed perfect. But like any relationship, there were hidden tensions beneath the surface. Max often felt lonely, as Emily was consumed with work and caring for the family. He yearned for someone who would truly listen to him. One day, he met Sophia, a kind and empathetic woman. They began meeting regularly, drawn to each other's company. Slowly, a connection blossomed between them. As Max spent more time with Sophia, he grew distant from Emily. She sensed something was amiss, but whenever she tried to talk to Max about it, he would become evasive. One evening, Emily caught Max smiling at a message on his phone. Her heart sank. She feared the worst. That night, Emily mustered the courage to confront Max. "Are you hiding something from me?" she asked, her eyes pleading. Max averted his gaze, unable to meet her eyes. Emily felt a sharp pain in her chest, but she refused to let the tears fall. "If you're unhappy, we can talk about it," she said softly. Max was overwhelmed with guilt, but the words stuck in his throat. Emily did not give up. She suggested they visit their old favorite park, the same place they used to go when they were dating. As they walked through the familiar paths, memories came flooding back. "Do you remember this place?" Emily asked. Max looked around, the nostalgia washing over him. Emily continued, "We can fix this together." Hearing those words, Max felt his heart soften. He realized the grave mistake he had made, and the pain he had caused Emily. Tears welled in Max's eyes as he apologized profusely to Emily. She embraced him, and they cried together, not tears of sorrow, but of hope and a renewed determination to mend their relationship. They had weathered the storm, and now they were ready to rebuild their trust and love. Over the following weeks and months, Max and Emily worked tirelessly to communicate openly and honestly. Max cut ties with Sophia, refocusing his attention on his family. Sophia, understanding the gravity of the situation, decided to leave town, giving Max and Emily the space they needed to heal. It was a gradual process, but slowly, Max and Emily rediscovered the reasons they had fallen in love all those years ago. They learned to listen without judgment, to speak from the heart, and to forgive each other's mistakes. Their children, Joshua and Lily, witnessed the transformation, seeing their parents grow closer again. The journey was not without its challenges, but Max and Emily's commitment to their relationship and to each other ultimately prevailed. They emerged from this experience stronger, more resilient, and with a deeper appreciation for the power of communication, forgiveness, and the enduring strength of true love. One evening, as Max and Emily were preparing dinner together, the conversation turned to their journey of reconciliation. Emily reflected on how far they had come, and a sense of gratitude filled her heart. "Max, I want you to know how much I appreciate the effort you've put into rebuilding our trust," she said, reaching out to squeeze his hand. It hasn't been easy, but I'm so proud of us for not giving up." Max smiled and nodded, squeezing her hand in return. "I'm the one who should be grateful, Emily. You gave me another chance when I didn't deserve it. I'll never forget that." They continued cooking in comfortable silence, each lost in their own thoughts. As they sat down to eat, their children, Joshua and Lily, joined them, sensing the renewed warmth and connection between their parents. "Mom, Dad, you both seem so happy," Lily observed, her eyes shining with joy. "Did something good happen?" Emily and Max exchanged a meaningful glance, and Emily replied, "We've been through some challenges, but we're working on making our family stronger than ever. And that's the best thing that could have happened." Joshua, the ever-observant one, noticed the subtle shift in his parents' demeanor. "Does this have anything to do with Dad's secret meetings?" he asked, his brow furrowed. Max and Emily were taken aback by their son's perceptiveness. They had tried to shield the children from the details of their marital struggles, but it was clear that Joshua had sensed something was amiss. Emily let out a deep sigh. "Yes, Joshua, it does. Your father made some poor choices, but we're working through them together. What's important is that we're all here, as a family, and we're going to be just fine." Max reached across the table and placed his hand on Joshua's arm. "I'm so sorry you had to see that, son. I made a mistake, but I'm committed to being the husband and father you deserve. I hope you can forgive me." Joshua nodded solemnly, his eyes conveying a maturity beyond his years. "I forgive you, Dad. I'm just glad you and Mom are working things out." Lily, sensing the heavy tone, interjected with a bright smile. "Does this mean we can all go on a family trip soon? I miss our adventures together." The tension in the room lifted as Emily and Max exchanged relieved smiles. "Absolutely, sweetheart," Emily replied, reaching across the table to tousle Lily's hair. "We've got a lot of lost time to make up for." As the family finished their meal, voices filled with laughter and plans for their future adventures, Max and Emily knew that their journey of healing was far from over. But in that moment, they felt a renewed sense of hope and determination, knowing that their love and commitment to each other would see them through. In the weeks that followed, Max and Emily made a conscious effort to strengthen their family bond. They started scheduling regular date nights, carving out dedicated time for just the two of them to reconnect and rekindle their romance. During these evenings, they would often find themselves reminiscing about their early days, the carefree laughter and the butterflies that used to fill their stomachs whenever they were together. It was a deliberate act of revisiting the foundations of their love, a reminder of why they had chosen to build a life together. As they rebuilt their trust, Max and Emily also made it a priority to be more open and communicative with their children. Joshua and Lily could sense the positive changes in their parents' relationship, and they were eager to be a part of the healing process. One weekend, the family decided to visit the old park where Max and Emily used to spend their courtship days. As they strolled hand in hand along the familiar paths, the children's laughter echoed through the trees, a joyful chorus that seemed to breathe new life into the once somber memories. "Do you remember when we used to come here and have picnics?" Emily asked, her eyes sparkling with nostalgia. Max nodded, a fond smile spreading across his face. "And how we used to chase each other around the lake, trying to catch fireflies," he reminisced. Joshua and Lily listened intently, fascinated by the stories of their parents' past. They could see the love and connection that had once been strained now blossoming anew, and it filled their hearts with happiness. As the sun began to set, casting a warm glow over the park, the family settled on a bench, watching the ducks glide across the still waters. Max reached out and took Emily's hand, intertwining their fingers. "Thank you for never giving up on us," he whispered, his voice thick with emotion. Emily leaned in, resting her head on his shoulder. "And thank you for finding your way back to me," she replied softly. In that moment, the world seemed to slow down, and all that mattered was the four of them, united in their love and resilience. The pain of the past had not been erased, but it had been transformed into a deeper appreciation for the bond they shared. As they gathered their belongings and headed back to their car, Joshua and Lily walked ahead, their laughter echoing through the park. Max and Emily followed closely behind, their hands intertwined, their steps in sync, a testament to the strength of their renewed commitment to each other and their family. In the months that followed, Max and Emily's renewed dedication to their relationship blossomed into an even deeper and more meaningful connection. They continued to prioritize open communication, making a conscious effort to share their feelings, fears, and dreams with each other. One evening, as they were preparing dinner together, Emily turned to Max and said, "I've been thinking a lot about our future, about where we want to go from here." Max paused, giving her his full attention. "What do you mean, love?" Emily took a deep breath. "Well, I think it's time we start considering making some changes that will help us grow even stronger as a family." Max furrowed his brow, unsure of what she was alluding to. "What kind of changes?" "I've been looking into job opportunities in a different city," Emily replied, her voice tentative. "I think a fresh start could be just what we need to leave the past behind and focus on building an even brighter future." Max was taken aback, but the more he mulled over the idea, the more it seemed to resonate with him. "A new city," he mused. "It would certainly be a big change, but I trust your instincts, Emily. If you feel this is the right move for us, then I'm with you." Emily's face lit up with a relieved smile, and she reached out to squeeze Max's hand. "I'm so glad you're open to this. I really believe it could be an incredible opportunity for us to grow, both individually and as a family." Over the next few weeks, Max and Emily began researching potential new cities, weighing the pros and cons of each option. They wanted to ensure that any move they made would be the best decision for their family, not just an escape from the past. As they shared their plans with Joshua and Lily, the children were initially hesitant, but their parents' enthusiasm and vision for the future quickly won them over. The prospect of a new adventure, of leaving the familiarity of their hometown behind, sparked a sense of excitement within the children. Finally, after much deliberation, Max and Emily made the decision to relocate to a vibrant, bustling city on the other side of the country. It would be a significant change, but they were determined to embrace it as a chance to write a new chapter in their lives, one that would be filled with hope, growth, and the promise of an even stronger, more resilient family. As the moving trucks arrived and the family began the process of packing up their belongings, Max and Emily took one last walk through their old neighborhood, hand in hand, reminiscing about the memories they had created there. "Are you nervous?" Emily asked, squeezing Max's hand. Max smiled and pulled her close. "A little, but mostly I'm excited. This is the start of something wonderful, I can feel it." Emily nodded, a sense of anticipation and determination filling her heart. "Then let's go make our fresh start, together." With that, the family embarked on their journey to a new city, their eyes fixed on the horizon, filled with a renewed sense of purpose and the unwavering belief that their love would guide them through whatever challenges lay ahead.